shot.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on this jump.
That one good for 2.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Anthony, the pass to Porzingis. Rose against Young. There's the pick. Rose kicks to a quick. Young with the steal. An even 3-on-3 break. And the wide open shot from Crowder. And the Celtics hit again from deep.
Yeah, and just superb work there by Young. So unselfish with the basketball. Really likes getting the ball to his... Hey, way to put the...
Squeeze on it.
Squeeze on them, guys. Bring it in. Let's talk.
Have you learned through playing basketball?
I would tell you it's shaped every phase of my life, Kevin. It taught me work habits necessary for success. It taught me that my success very often is contingent on the success of people around me, that it's important that I'm pulling in the same direction as the people who are trying to lead me. It's also brought me some of the best friendships in my life. So basketball has meant just about everything it could to someone.
Well said. Well said. Three-pointer drilled by Prez. You know Young was looking to send it his way.
And the chemistry between Orange Juice to make that play happen is just exceptional.
Lee dishes to Rose. Back to Lee. It's good. This time the assist from Rose. Lee's got 7 points.
And Rose, an explosive scorer, but he's always been a very capable passer at the point. This offense just continues to impress.
And so here is New York. It's an 18-point game. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively, for sure.
And stolen by Bazemore. Well, they got the building cheering him on. You can hear the Orange Juice chant from the crowd.
And Orange Juice has lit a fire under their team. And every seat in the house, for that matter, they have earned the adoration.
So Boston going with almost an entire new group. And so a pretty lopsided game for the first half.
Thanks, Kevin. Coach, you're in a good position here at the break. What do you tell your team to make sure they don't let up?
Well, I don't think it's about letting up or playing better. Or it's just playing the right way. We just have to play good basketball. And we talked about it before the game. That's our goal going into the game. That doesn't change no matter what the score is. So that'll be the discussion at halftime.
Thanks very much, Coach. Back to you.
Okay, David, much appreciated. And now time for halftime. So we'll be back in just a bit to get the third quarter underway.
All right, gentlemen, hustle up. That was a great first half.
Listen up. We have these guys back on their heels, and now they're playing like they're desperate.
Do not take your foot off the gas, gentlemen. This is our game. Come on.
And as we return, we get a look at the Boston skyline. Those drone cameras are really something. Well, we're getting back to the action now. It's been a one-team show so far. We'll see if that changes here in the third. We're seeing a tremendous game from Prez.
I just love the tenacity on the defensive side. I mean, his play on D has been a huge factor for them as he continues to get steal after steal.
You know, he's been incredibly disruptive, and a lot of that due to his great instincts.
And so here is New York. Bazemore in at shooting guard. Amir Johnson is out there with Jay Crow. Then there's Horford. And it's Young in at the point guard position. That's the group for Brad Stevens getting going here in the second half.
Just needs to take his time there. He had all the space in the world to shoot.
Johnson outside. Now the feed to Bazemore. Off target from outside. The Knicks shooting about 35% from the floor. Not much falling for them. Knocks it loose. And stolen by Bazemore. Lee with the steal. inside, and here's the fast break. Rose leading the way. And good work on the boards, and they pick up the second chance points. Porzingis has got the first points of the third quarter up on the board for the Knicks. And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Guys, you look around the league, and the post-up is giving way to more and more pick and rolls, more and more three-point shooting. Some big men don't like it, but Amir Johnson embraces the change. He said, "It's what I do. I'm a big that likes to set screens and roll." And Kevin, with his combination of range and finishing inside, has become one of the best at it in the game.
Very efficient, D.A. Thanks. Here's Crowder, and the Celtics hit again from deep.
Wow, what a pass there. He made that a very easy basket with that setup.
And stolen by Bazemore. On up the court, dishes it to Johnson. Young against Rose, and Young kicks it to Bazemore. Celtics passing it around. Young in the corner. He tries for three. Knicks with the rebound. Noah's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. Rose against Young. Rose kicks to Anthony. The shot by Lee. Again, the miss by Lee.
Cannot believe he missed that. I'm sure he can't either.
I agree.
Now you think about Jeff Hornacek's reputation as a coach. He runs a modern offense, likes to get his guys out and running in transition. And he's going to spread the floor with players that can drive and shoot and have no problem letting it fly from deep. That's fun.
Outside Rose. Three-pointer. It's good from long range. Rose has got his first 3 points of the game.
And Rose has shown himself capable of knocking down that three when he's got some daylight.
Oh, right behind the back.
Bazemore passes to Johnson. Doris, as a former lead guard, point guard that you were, who has the most impressive ball handling skills in the league? Who's got the best handle in your opinion?
Well, I think under duress of defenses, I would say Chris Paul and Kyrie Irving and
Man.
Steph Curry are the 3 guys who I think have mastery of the ball, regardless of single coverage, double coverage, trying to navigate pick and roll situations. Those 3 guys to me are right at the top.
It's art almost, isn't it? The way they handle it.
No question it's art.
Bradley's checked in for Jay Crow. And New York with a change here, too.
Off the ball,
Quinn's checked in.
But still.
And Doris, many players have said the league has become softer over the years. In your view, has the league moved away from a physical brand of basketball?
Well, because you've been calling this league longer than I have, I'm throwing this question back at you. You look at a guy with the frame and game of Steph Curry. Could he have been successful in the era that the New York Knicks and the Miami Heat basically hand-to-hand combat on a nightly basis?
I think he would have found a way. I think it would have been more difficult. Whether he'd be as prolific as now, I don't know. I think the game has the essence of all the best parts of the physicality without being the drudgery of every play, being hand-to-hand
shootout.
I think as a fan,
big man to big
I would
man.
agree,
Okay, I got something
because
for you.
the Showtime Lakers were my favorite team growing up. They played with pace. They played with fluidity. You had the back-to-the-basket center. You had the hyper-athletic power forward. You had Michael Cooper guarding. And you had Byron Scott shooting the ball. I think they had every aspect that you could enjoy from a team standpoint.
Good perspective.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Down low, trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop it. Rose with the ball, and Young picks him up defensively. Anthony missing again. For Boston, they've gone 5 of 7 from the field in the third quarter. Let's see if they can keep it up. Keeps it alive.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
I'll try to get him set. Okay, third quarter.
New York's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Rose double teamed. Over in the corner, Lee. And out of bounds as the Celtics gain possession.
And that's just carelessness there.
A little over 2.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth quarter. And New York looking at who they've got. They've got Noah. Jennings out there with Anthony. And there's Porzingis. And it's Kuzminskas in at the 3. And here's Anthony from the arc. They grabbed their own miss. drops the inside leaner.
And the rebound and the follow show you what he is all about. Gritty and determined with a soft touch to match.
Boston again missing. New York's gotten just 1 of 4 3-pointers to go down for them here in the fourth. And there it is for him. 7 points for Brandon Jennings.
You know, that was a nice find by KP. Saw the open man. He was on time, on target with the pass. Perfect.
Here's Bazemore. And good. And it takes a nice bounce off the right iron and down.
Just carrying the load right now offensively, guys. He is not wasting any chances.
Yeah, and a smart move to continue going through him down the stretch. Ride the hot hand as far as it will take you.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest. Just a total obliteration, if you will. And you can safely say mission accomplished now for the Celtics.
It was a standout performance across the board.
I mean, it was like watching a cat play with a mouse. They were able to do more or less whatever they wanted.
And so checking out the record for these guys tonight will mark win number 37 for them on the year.
And this will be their third win in 3 tries against these guys. They match up so well. And beyond the actual result of this game, fans are going to look back and see this was just a monstrous performance for Prez.
Well, we're not going to be surprised when he turns in a game like this, but I thought he played especially well and a ton of productivity to go along with it.
Thomas checked in for New York. Justin Holiday comes in for Porzingis. To the inside, Bazemore. And look at Prez there, just punishing the rim.
Oh, and you love the ferocity.
Yeah, I see you, man.
With no layups for the big fella.
Outside Holiday.
David, you let me
shot off that time. Now Boston takes it the other way. Bazemore dishes to Zeller. And stolen by Thomas.
Oh, come on, big boy. You know where you should not drop that ball.
Again,
cross him out.
Missing.
Not quite enough.
Bro, you know.
That time around, just lucky he was open.
Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. Anthony kicks to Thomas.
Come on, bro.
New York moving the ball around. Knocks it loose. And stolen by Bazemore. And now the fast break. Prez with the ball. Bucket is good.
And just a terrific job of taking care of business in front of the home fans.
You can feel the love that this crowd has for them. I think the passion of their supporters made a huge difference in tonight's outcome.
And so it's Boston easily grabbing this one. They won this game going away. They were the better basketball team by far tonight.
And you got to commend this sort of dominance, particularly here at home. It's a great feeling when you play almost a perfect game and to have that crowd be so pumped up.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. See you later.
Dude, what the hell, bro? Man,
I'm hitting those triples, those threes, those trifectas, those triangles, those triads, baby, those trios. Couldn't miss. 1, 2, 3.
The 2K Sports post-game
the
show.
Trios. 1, 2, 3.
And Ernie Johnson here again with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny Smith. Without further ado, let's present our Jordan player of the game, Prez, a man on a mission. He came out torching the net and just never cooled down. Obviously, his monster first quarter had a big impact on tonight's outcome.
You talk about a dominant shooting performance. He had his defenders draped all over, and he never looked flustered, never looked confused, and his confidence was never shaken.
Let me tell you something. He got that look in his eye like he's determined to get his points tonight. It didn't matter what they tried to do to stop him. There was some focus, fellas. He went way beyond what I thought he was capable of. Unreal tonight. Wow. Woo-wee.
Woo-wee.
And that is a wrap, everybody. Thanks for joining us this evening. For Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, Kevin Harlan, the entire 2K Sports crew, this is Ernie Johnson. See you again soon.
What he doing? I got my movie's better than his. Beep, beep, beep. Good news coming Thursday. What's up? What's the good news? Just had a often come across my something. It's from Kia. I just sent it to you. Go check out your calendar. Okay. Word. Oh shoot, what am I doing? Let's go into my career. Let's go. Okay. Ooh, let me see once you complete your okay, for when it's that. Yeah. See, all NBA teams slam dunk winner 4,500 points. All NBA teams. Slam dunk winner 560. Oh. Oh, I did that. Okay. Image completed. Keep an eye out for your next. I should have. I don't care. Don't care.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show, sponsored by Kia.
Hello, everybody. Ernie Johnson here with Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. Great to have you with us on 2K Sports. And in our matchup tonight, we'll see the Boston Celtics going up against the Portland Trail Blazers. Checking out the Trail Blazers, they've won 8 of their last 10, looking really strong. They've got to be pleased. And Al Horford, who's the leader of this team, we'll be seeing him tonight. Shaq, can the team with Al Horford as their best player win it all?
Well, I love the Dominican Dominator. No disrespect to him, but I think it'll...
Everyone in their seats here in Boston to watch the Celtics on the home court. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Brent Barry and Greg Anthony. We've got David Aldridge reporting from the sideline. For the Portland Trail Blazers, they won their last contest, that game against Philadelphia.
And guys, they could have won that game on the strength of their offense alone. It was that good.
Impressive to see that type of offensive onslaught on the road. They had the crowd stunned. Those fans couldn't believe how thoroughly their guys got dismantled tonight.
And before we get going, let's catch up with our Hall of Fame.
Well, guys, he has an admiration for what he called the intelligent, efficient offense played by today's opponent. He told me that the thing about this team is that they are so good at identifying the weak spots in an opponent, and they come at you in multiple ways, depending on where those weak spots are.
Thank you, David. And the All-Star game getting closer every day. The league made a switch to have a longer break. Brent, I think the players really like that change and more time off.
Maybe not the players who appear at the All-Star game, right, but certainly, Kevin, the players who are at All-Star weekend are getting some longer times on the beaches and some of the exotic locations where they go to refresh.
And it's got to make for a better product in the long run.
I think it does. I think it allows guys to just spend a little bit of time with their families, refocus themselves, so the extra days seem to be helping.
The starters for the Portland Trail Blazers, Lillard and McCollum, the explosive backcourt pair. Only out there with Myers-Leonard, and it's Aminu in at the small forward position. Now Lillard following the miss by Prez from deep. And a wide open look for McCollum, offline with his three. And here's Boston. They are coming into this having notched a win against the Knicks in their last game.
And the way they attacked the basket in that game was unreal. I mean, after a while, the defenders seemed to just wave the white flag.
Yeah, the point's not hard to come by for them, that's for sure. I'd have surrendered too if I was trying to defend against that potent attack.
Defensively, that possession better not start a trend because they just handed him 2 points.
That they did, and he's the one guy on D you can't leave alone, or he's going to get to the bucket over and over. Just torched him there.
Now here's Bazemore, and he just worked New York in that last game. 5 to shoot. Horford sets a screen for Young. They get the rebound. And the basket by Horford. Horford's got his first basket of the night.
And you like to see that from Horford. He never gives up on the offensive glass, which allows him to get pretty easy looks like that one at the basket.
Here's Lillard in the game against Philadelphia. Very impressive. And he gets it to go as they call the foul. He's on his way to the line for one more.
Yeah, another nice bucket down low. they've really been able to work the ball into the post effectively here so far.
And Mason Plumlee, one of the better finishers in the league, especially when he gets a little room for a launch pad. He gets explosive. His offensive game mostly limited to shots at the rim, so effective on the roll when he does make the screen.
Bazemore on the miss, not the best shot selection there.
He's not doing his team any good by taking shots from that range.
Yeah, the only thing that kind of shot helps with is your opponent's chance of winning.
And it's going to be out of bounds. The Trailblazers will retain possession. And Plumlee still developing, Brent, his shooting touch. His free throw percentage, that's another area for improvement.
Yeah, a little in-between jumper for Mason Plumlee wouldn't hurt his offensive repertoire either. He's made impressive strides as a passer, though. That's one thing the coaches have remarked about. Inside making decisions for a big man for offensive continuity.
Portland shooting their second and third free throws tonight.
And taking a look at the numbers on the season, they've converted about 77% of those foul shots.
And so McCollum nails both of them.
And this has been an area of great improvement for him. McCollum shot under 70% at the line in each of his first 2 seasons, but really picked up his pace since then.
Can I try again?
Now here's Bazemore. He's a guy that can score, no doubt, averaging over 25 points a game.
Bazemore.
For Portland, they've gone 3 of 4 from the field throughout the game. McCollum left side. And the ball goes out of bounds. Nice touch by Horford. We have the break in the action. Let's show you the teams that have been making their opponents work especially hard over the past 10 games. Number 1, the Celtics.
Well, over the past couple weeks, this defense has found itself locked in. They've played hungry and they've played physical.
Don't be thirsty.
McCollum outside.
He just doesn't seem to be himself shooting the ball right now, guys. Just looks a tad bit uneasy.
Don't
the result. And with the departure of LaMarcus Aldridge, the Blazers have moved the franchise over to one Damian Lillard. They've remade their roster with some young talent to complement what it is that he's about as his career moves on.
Here is Lillard following Prez's 3. Again, McCollum missing.
Yeah, I think that's a revenge shot. They were trying to nail the three-pointer in his defender's face, but came up short.
That's my shot.
Again, McCollum missing.
But his offense just has not been there tonight, and he needs to step up his game because there's still time to recover.
Nice release there from Prez to knock down the triple.
Whoa. His form. I mean, it's so repeatable and clean in terms.
Come on, gentlemen. Let's go. Listen up. I want us to focus on slowing down McCollum right now. They will keep beating him on the block until we give them a reason to stop.
Listen to my man.
Boston leading by 13. And now brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. On the floor for Portland, C.J. McCollum out there with Evan Turner. Then there's Davis. Then there's Al Farouk Aminu. And it's Leonard in power forward. And Horford wide open. He shoots offline with his 3. And for the Trailblazers, they're shooting around 29% from the floor. Tough night for them all around on the offensive end. And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Thank you, Kevin. Well, Prez in their last game against the Knicks was outstanding. He finished with 38 points, and he got those points as he always does, knocking down shots from beyond the arc. He put up numbers that really jumped out in the box score. A very solid performance. And Kevin will see what he's got in his arsenal tonight.
Thanks for the great report, David. Guys, the way he carried them that night, I thought was truly incredible.
Unreal. I mean, he was literally on another planet in that game. He did it all on the floor.
Yeah, and it's another instance where he just proves that he's one of those guys who can step up and win a game practically all by himself. Just claim that possession for his own there, grabs the offensive rebound and puts it right back in.
Focus at the win, the W, cuz.
Now here's Turner.
Give him that
defense
ball.
Is right there. And then Young with the dunk.
Well, that basket.
Young with the dunk.
If these guys are focused on making a push with the basketball, they can be very good.
And the replay,
still
of
back
course,
and lead
presented
to
by
a
Kia.
score. Oh, you want to do the dunking contest? Okay.
Oh, power flush with a long hang on the rim.
Well, it's not a dunking contest,
man. That could be a catalyst for him. It really could. Addition out
Get back. Get.
To the paint. Here's Johnson.
I'm gonna go ahead and pass.
And there's the whistle. Fouled hard.
No,
the shot. They'll go to the line.
Just a gritty effort
tough
down
meat.
low. The D sometimes has no answer for Young.
Yes, your little white ass there, boy.
So much coaching turnover around the league.
Good job.
A lot
Good
of
job.
New names and
Good
fresh
job.
faces on the bench. Who do you look at as a real up-and-comer in the coaching ranks?
There's something about Brad Stevens in Boston and the decision that Danny Ainge made 3 years ago about giving Brad Stevens the length of contract he did, and now looking at the established culture in Boston and how many teams and free agents and players talk about Boston now again as another destination. We know back in the 80s how important the Boston Celtics were as a cornerstone of the league. Brad Stevens is bringing that back.
The Trailblazers making a switch here. Lumley's checked in. And so Young nails them both.
And you can't say enough about Young. I mean, he relishes every minute he's out there on the court.
Crowder against Aminu. And McCollum now atop the key. And he gets that one to go off the front iron. McCollum's got his second bucket of the night.
A tough start scoring the basketball, but they're starting to turn it around now.
Johnson dishes to Bazemore from deep. He scores his fifth field goal. He's taken 9 shots to get those 5.
And Prez fills it up from anywhere on the court. Just get him the ball, and he'll go to work.
And here's McCollum for 3. Again, McCollum missing.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far. And you can see the difference with their ability to win with their speed, guys.
Yeah, it's like a track meet, racing up and down the floor, pushing the action, but also decision-making has been smart.
There's a good screen. Lumley with the screen.
Turner
kicks to Leonard. He got an advantage there off the pick and took it right in.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
And a whole new group out on the floor for the Celtics. The Trailblazers also. And so that's the end of the first half. Celtics lead by 9. And join us right back here after the break for the start of the second half.
Good work, guys. Bring it in. Have a seat. I like what I see out there, fellas. We're playing like we want it more than them.
All right, the second half beginning in just a moment. We're seeing a tremendous game from Prez.
You know, I'm not sure that he can continue to shoot the 3 as well as he has up to this point. He has been lights out.
Yeah, I think a lot of those shots are beyond his range, but sometimes when you have that kind of confidence, it can be your night.
Yeah, that's true.
Boston leading by 9. Bazemore in at shooting guard. Amir Johnson is out there with Horford. And it's Young. And it's Crowder in at the 3 spot. Maxey's in the game for the Celtics. And here is Johnson. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. Horford gets the bucket. Horford's got the first points to start out the third quarter for the Celtics.
Well, if Horford was a doctor, that's where he'd operate. When he gets it like that, he's always money from there.
The 3 from McCollum. Al Horford with the rebound.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A +10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
Dropping bombs. How many more threes are we going to see from him tonight?
Well, some of that is up to the defense. Give him any space on the perimeter. He's going to turn the lights out.
Poked away and out of bounds as the Trailblazers gain possession. And a look now at the breakdown between 3-point and 2-point shots attempted here tonight for the Celtics.
And this is a high-powered offense today. Clicking on all cylinders, making things happen, and also good use of the 3-ball. Just enough to keep the defense off balance.
Trailblazers trail by 14. And Blazers coach Terry Stott's doing a great job. Brent, his team has overachieved in recent seasons.
I'm not sure if it's overachieved because they've had some tremendous talent. But the interesting part about Terry Stotts is try to find him taking some of the credit for what's gone on there, and you just won't. He's just giving guys great opportunities. He's given those guys defined roles, and each one has stepped up for him.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, guys, one of the players Boston really wanted when they traded Rajon Rondo to Dallas a couple of years ago was Jay Crowder. And since Crowder arrived in Boston, he's been a culture setter. Arriving in the midst of a losing streak, he said, "I lost my mind. I pulled Coach Stevens to the side and asked him, what are we trying to do here?" And Crowder wasn't done. He went to the front office and to teammates. He said, "I play to win." Kevin, he'll accept nothing less.
Great stuff, D.A. Thank you. Again, McCollum missing.
Well, if they had an edge at halftime, they might have lost it, beginning this half 1 of 5.
Well, if you're going to give them layups, there's no way you're going to get back in this game.
Yeah, buckling down on defense, the key here. No more easy buckets, no more layups. Has to be the mantra as they try to mount that comeback. Put that pass right on target. Way to get your teammates involved.
Celtics leading by 14. And Young kicks to Johnson. Back to Bazemore. Celtics passing it around. There's the pass to Horford. Shot clock at 6. The shot from the low post is good. Horford's got 6 points in the quarter.
And they've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
Great job, guys. Nice work. Take a seat now. Let's talk. Hey, this is what happens when we play our brand of basketball. They cannot stop us. Remember, you're my Pippen, you're my Jordan. Finish this game like they would.
With regards to how it is that they play and where they're most effective. Because one of the things, Kevin, it can sort of reestablish your confidence. And there can be spots on the floor where you get to where you might feel better.
Stinks. Does not even work straight.
Just going to use a cleanser. The cleanser I have here is this L'Oreal Paris water,
because somebody has presented those numbers to you. I will tell you, Kevin, that probably the guy that I played with in the latter stages of my career that used the numbers the most was a guy by the name of Shane Battier. Shane loved to look deep into the books and try to gain some sort of advantage numerically and statistics-wise on his opponent, and really was one of the few guys that would go deeper than most.
Have analytics changed the game, do you think?
I believe so, but still for players, I think they're a long way from being able to understand exactly what it is that the numbers are telling them. That time is coming where players really want to know those kind of things, and the tutorial sessions between the coaching staff and the players, I think, are on the horizon.
Buries the long-range jumper.
The defense is far too slow to close out on those three-point attempts.
1:30 left in the third. Crab, good.
Well, 6'6", height-wise, 7 foot on the wingspan. Crab can get off shots inside that most guards simply can't.
Horford kicks it to Bazemore. Right through the knee for the layup. Bazemore's got 10 points in just the second half.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside.
Good
shots from close range.
And look at Prez there, just punishing the rim.
Oh, and you love the ferocity that Prez finished that play off with. No layups for the big fellas.
Got a piece of it.
Oh, just go.
Prez with the ball. And it's Young. That time on the assist by
Good job,
Bazemore.
Young.
Bazemore's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. And Prez with a clear path to the hoop. Moving it up. Good score there coming from some smart passing by Orange Juice.
And Prez knew what Young was thinking, and boy, was the setup perfect.
Yo.
Yep, there we go. You like that? Uh-huh.
The Celtics have been excellent at the free throw line here today. A flawless 6 for 6.
Yeah, looking over their percentage on the season, I think they will be thrilled with the
steals,
number in terms of their free throw percentage,
Let's
79.
Here's what Boston's going with right now. Tyler Zeller's checked in for Horford. Kelly Olynyk comes in for Amir Johnson. And it's Isaiah Thomas in for Crowder. And a switch here also for Portland. Azili's checked in. Here's Turner. He gives his team some nice contributions, averaging a bit over 10 points a game. And Aminu slams it in.
That's going to make some highlight reels. Explosive Aminu attacking the rim is one of the best Aminus you're going to get.
It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game. Bazemore for 3, and that 3 from Prez set up by the pass from Young.
And Young is an unselfish guy, and he was looking to get Prez the ball in that situation.
Now, here's Aminu. He's covered by Bazemore. Now it's Zealy. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. Just 3 to shoot.
And that's his forte. Crab with perfect shot mechanics and tremendous range on that.
Hold it.
And as we conclude the third quarter, pretty much a blowout. It's been a one-sided affair. Celtics out in front, just dominating this one.
Golden State.
Basketball will be coming your way on 2K Sports right after this.
If I face Golden State, I'm gonna beat them.
Terry Stotts had some advice for his team. Let's hear what he had to say.
Defensively, we got to give a little more pressure to their shots, all right? Make them make the second, third, fourth play.
That's Terry Stotts drawing the line defensively, as I want the first guy with the ball to beat him.
Already. Come on, Jackson.
Changes for Boston. Prez is checked in
Let's
for
beat
Marcus
them.
Smart. Young is up
Then
in
he
for
had the
Leonard.
joint. He needs to get it right, y'all.
McCollum and Aminu are out
Good
in the
job.
perimeter. Budley out there with Davis, and it's Lillard in at the 1. And C.J. McCollum, one of the most efficient mid-range jump shooters in the league. It's a shot, Brent. A lot of defenses are willing to live with, and I guess he is too.
Yeah, he should be, because he's very, very good at it. He's still developing his ability to finish in the lane over the top and around bigs, but that mid-range shot, so effective. He comes off a pick, he gets into the lane, and with great timing, can drop it on you.
Here's what Portland's going with right now. Azili comes in for Davis, and Krabs subbed in for Damian Lillard. The feed now to Bazemore. He kicks it to Zeller. To the inside, here's Young. The lead pass was put in just the right spot.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for the Celtics.
As one-sided as it gets today, you know, there were some dominant moments in about every facet of this game for that team.
Yeah, I mean, Kevin, it's hard to think of what didn't go right for them. Game planning by the coaches, execution by the players, everything was just on target.
And when it's all said and done here, this will mark their 38th W on the year.
And so they'll take the first game of the season series, a team they'll only see twice. They're certainly happy to start it off with a win. A fantastic show. And what an amazing all-around game it was for Prez. He was doing everything right, and the points came in bunches. Definitely had the hot heat.
And he was camped in the lane there, and he gets the 3-second call.
Come on, guys, let's get it together.
Can't make those mistakes. Can't make those mistakes.
Yeah, y'all can't make those
There's 49 seconds left in the game. Ball's knocked loose and stolen by Bazemore. Brown kicks to Zeller. In the corner, Bazemore with it.
Oh!
Side off the mark. And Portland with the ball. Here's Crab. No good that time.
And you know what? That's one of those heat checks if he's taking shots like that.
And even though he's been on the roll tonight, that one was a bit forced.
It's Young on the wing.
Shooter Young. Time took it their face.
Back to Bazemore. Launches a three. The shot off that time. And so it's Boston easily grabbing this one. They poured it on tonight. Dominant showing in front of a crowd that loved every minute of it.
And, you know, this game could really be a defining one for what they can do when they are playing at their best. I mean, being here at home no doubt helps, and the execution was flawless.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Greg Anthony, Brett Barry, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. We'll see you later.
I like your tenacity out there. You're showing me something, which I like. So keep it up. How you doing?
Hey, what's up?
Yeah, hide your stuff, everybody, or else Prez gonna take you. Just like we took that W, bruh. Yeah,
the 2K Sports post-game show.
You better hide your stuff, bruh.
Welcome back, everybody. Ernie Johnson, along with Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, as we present our Jordan Player of the Game. He lit up the scoreboard in the first quarter. Defenders tried to make adjustments, but were woefully unsuccessful. Clearly, his outburst set the tone for the rest of the evening.
A remarkable 27 points from three-point land for him. With that kind of long-range shooting, easy to understand why they came out on top. When a team has a single player accounting for 9 three-pointers, that usually makes for a successful night.
Reminds me of myself. His field goal percentage was all the way up in the 60s. Not that I like talking about myself, but it was a very steady night for him. You don't shoot well without working hard, and he never stopped battling to get the best look possible. Smart, efficient basketball he was playing. Thanks for showing me.
And that is the end of our broadcast for this evening. I sound like an old 1940s guy, don't I? That's the end of our broadcast for this evening.
Kenny, Ernie,
for Ken Smith and Shaq O'Neal.
He said, Kenny, join me. Kenny, join me. This is crazy. It's killing me. My name.
Hey, D, pass me the screwdriver.
I can't.
I'm done. My contract's almost up. What's the point?
D, come on, man. Just let me finish this and then we'll go to the mall.
I mean, I do like soft pretzels. You even know what you're doing.
Dang, he smoked that man. Yeah, well, I do like soft pretzels. You're welcome. So I had 3 pairs of shoes, Jordans. '96. Almost done for June.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show, sponsored by Kia.
Hello, everybody. Ernie Johnson here with Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. Great to have you with us on 2K Sports. Tonight, we'll see the Boston Celtics playing against the Washington Wizards in their house, the Verizon Center. Looking at the Wizards, they're not going in the direction they'd like to be going at this point of the season. They've started to fade, maybe some fatigue setting in now as the schedule becomes a little more strenuous. Guys, the Celtics are definitely one of the up-and-coming teams in the NBA. They rebuilt very quickly. Shaq, is that quick turnaround the result of the talent on the roster?
Coming to you live on this Tuesday night, it's the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan, and by my side, Chris Webber and Greg Anthony. From the sideline, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. Battle in the Eastern Conference, this DC. Let's get a quick pregame update from David Aldridge, who had a chance to talk with head coach Scott Brooks.
Well, Kevin, his team is 0-2 against them this year, and he said this squad has turned out to be a much tougher opponent for us than I think or anyone else realized.
Thank you, David. And Chris, for the Celtics, a depth of talent, great coach, but they admit they've been looking to get that transcendent player to take them to the next level.
Well, I know this for a fact. You can go a long way with chemistry and depth, but it's tough to win it all without a superstar player or two. You know this front office will continue to be aggressive, looking to position themselves for a run at an 18 championship.
And so off the tip, it's Washington's ball. And now the opening lineup for Boston. Bazemore in at shooting guard. Horford is out there with Johnson. Then it's Jay Crowder, and it's Young in at the 1 spot. And the layup is good. Young's got the first points of the night for the Celtics.
And you have to admire the penetrating ability of Young, just smashing apart the defense. Speed.
Beal, pass to Morris. Beal from long range knocks down the 3-ball. Beal's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game.
He can be a weapon if he gets going early from long range.
Don't forget about him when he's spotting up like that and knocking him down like that. The offense has to keep giving him the run.
Nice release there from Prez to knock down the triple.
I love his form. I mean, it's so repeatable and clean in terms of the release. Just great stuff from Prez.
Wall passes to Morris. Beal gets a wide open look, and the Wizards hit again from deep.
The rapid fire threes coming from everywhere.
This is a shooter's dream. They are really letting the outside shot fly.
What's up?
All
you already had a battle, shooting battle.
17-point game for him in the win against the Hornets in Charlotte. Just around a minute and a half into the first quarter. To the paint. Here's Gortat. Another shot, and there's a whistle. He was going up for a layup, and while it looked like there was some contact, I wasn't sure they were going to call a foul shot or not, but sure enough they have. So he'll head to the free throw line. And he's got his first free throw of the game.
Yeah, it's good to see him with his free throw percentage up over 80.
What you like about Gortat is that, Greg, he doesn't have a lot of limitations in his game.
Yeah, and with Gortat, his versatility is what makes him valuable. He can face up and hit a J or play with his back to the basket. Has the speed and strength to stay with all types of shooters in the league.
And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. A little over a minute 30 into this first quarter. Bazemore for 3. Kept alive. Johnson gets the bucket. Johnson's got his first points of the game.
And early on,
What's
they've
up,
been
bro?
nearly
Where you
perfect
going,
from
son?
the floor.
Oh,
Just the one miss here on their first 5 attempts.
Morris with the screen for Wall.
Yeah.
Beal can't get it to go.
They have to be happy at least with how they set it up. Most of the time, that's a sure make.
Pass to Bazemore. It's Crowder on the wing. And Bazemore kicks to Horford. Here's Young. He shoots again. And Johnson lays it in.
Oh, that's all because of the persistence from Johnson, battling for the second chance bucket.
He tried.
Beal from long range. And again, Washington no good. Celtics leading by 4. No one near Prez as he lets it go. No good on the 3.
I tried
to the inside and stolen by Horford. And now here comes Young leading the break. They get it.
Dang it.
So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
And Horford, a pretty steady free throw shooter. I mean, he had a few down seasons, maybe due to those pectoral tears, but I'll tell you what, he's been right up there around 80%.
Chris, who was your toughest matchup when you were playing? for either the offensive or defensive side of things?
Oh, there was tough matchups every night. You know, I remember a couple of seasons I really had fun playing for Sacramento when just in the West Coast on a nightly basis, the power forwards were Dirk Nowitzki, Tim Duncan, Kevin Garnett, Rasheed Wallace, Brian Grant, and all these guys were in their prime. So I just remember having to be prepared every night, and you know, in the league there are no tough opponents because it's tough.
Yes.
Period. So you know, you can't sleep on anybody in this league.
Well said. And one of the big issues for the Wizards is making sure they stay fiery on the defensive end. When this team, Greg, gets in trouble more often than not, it's because they get sloppy on D.
Yeah, and that can hurt them at times when they don't bother to challenge shooters or miss a rotation. That's when things start to go south. How far this team goes depends on how far their defense will take them.
Celtics leading by 9. Here's Brown. Here's Olynyk. And that basket pushes the lead to double digits. Olynyk's got his first basket of the night.
And they've done the job on the offensive glass.
Hey, way to put the squeeze on them, guys. Bring it in. Let's talk.
Squeeze on them, guys.
I love the energy, fellas. I really do. But now we got to keep it up and stay focused. Just keep squeezing that orange juice, gentlemen.
Zellers checked in for Horford. Avery Bradley. Wizards trail by 11. And a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade. All fueled up for the second quarter of basketball.
No.
Taking a look at the Wizards.
No.
We got Thornton,
Yes.
Andrew Nicholson out there with Otto Porter Jr. Then it's Gortat, and it's Wall in at the point guard position. And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. Well, Prez in their last game against the Trailblazers really
but
took the
so hard.
He scored
Y'all
35
gonna
points
lose
and
that.
got there the usual way.
Oh.
An impressive barrage of three-pointers.
Oh, nice.
When you look at the stat
Hand
sheet, he
down.
was
Oh,
mind-blowing.
what's the move you
It's
say
hard to
you doing?
imagine he can follow it up tonight with that same level of production. Kevin, we'll see.
David, thanks for the great update, and what a jaw-dropping performance that was, guys.
I couldn't believe what I was seeing. I mean, he's given himself a hard act to follow here tonight.
Yeah, and I think that's the point of it. But I think he likes that. It's a challenge to try to improve upon what was such a spectacular display last time out.
As you know, in the NBA, everybody knows everybody. But Prez has taken that phrase to heart. I don't think there's a single part of the league, you know, guys, he doesn't interact with.
I mean, he's certainly a social butterfly in that regard. Prez is a very forthcoming guy, and he isn't afraid to reach out to another player or figure in the league. Not surprising.
Hey, why you got your butt up?
Nice job, Orange Juice.
You said
Hustle up. Take a seat. I like what I see out there, fellas. We're playing like we wanted more than them. Remember, you're my Pippen and you're my Jordan. Finish this game like they will.
Listen to George Blaha used to do local Detroit Pistons TV, and all the radio guys. You know, Kevin, I know you're a very humble guy, but to guys like yourself, Dick Stockton, Marv Albert, you know, so I've gotten the chance to just listen to the best as I study tape, and you know, definitely influenced by that. And so the biggest blessing about it is that, or the biggest help about it is that, you know, I've been put in a position where I get to work with some of the best guys that have ever done it, and you know, I just want to thank them for helping me get to a point where I feel comfortable, you know, talking about this game I love.
Well said. The NBA game, we know, a physical test. The best athletes in the world. Chris, a long 82-game season. It takes a lot of toughness. Who are some of the guys you think are some of the toughest in the game?
I mean, come on, look at Tony Allen. You know, he definitely gets physical. He likes to bang down low. Tristan Thompson, DeAndre Jordan, guys that kind of the offensive lineman of the team, doing a lot of the dirty work, getting no credit.
Great analogy. Outside, Wall. Marcus Thornton on the wing. And a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in. Thornton's got 8 points.
His in-between game, always a work in progress, but the D still can't just leave him all by himself right there.
Horford dishes to Young. Bazemore. Offensive rebound, Celtics. Johnson outside. Back to Young. Six on the shot clock. The Celtics need to get a shot off, and they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation.
You're killing me, Ref.
Let's have a look at the league's top scorers for the past month.
He's
See, these guys have been hot as an understatement.
You kidding
Prez,
me?
number
You
one.
kidding me?
What a performance offensively. Something has really clicked with his game over this stretch.
Here's Nicholson. He's guarded by Johnson. Outside for Thornton, expanding his range. The rebound by Johnson. Johnson's got 3 rebounds so far in the game.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Bazemore gets the bucket.
And this really is the story of the game. They've been outstanding from beyond the arc, especially in the second quarter.
Outside, Wall. To the middle, here's Porter. And good, coming off the assist by Wall.
Way to work, gentlemen. Let's go now. Hustle up. Hey, we're in great shape, fellas. Now, no matter how much we go up, we need to keep that same winning mentality. Just keep squeezing that orange juice, gentlemen.
Let's watch the game where the college
And through the first half, a pretty lopsided affair. It's the Celtics. They lead by 18. We'll be back shortly live from the Verizon Center.
All right, gentlemen, hustle up. That was a great first half. Listen up. We have these guys back on their heels. And now they're playing like they're desperate. Stay focused, guys. Let's win this game. Go home.
Well, it's been a one-sided affair so far through the first 2 quarters, but there's plenty of time to mount a comeback. We're seeing a tremendous game from Prez.
He was just like a jitterbug out there. I mean, disrupting passes, getting his hands on a lot of balls, forcing turnovers and steals. Just a solid job all the way around.
Like to watch him play like that. Makes the game so much more interesting.
Yeah, this is the fire his coach and teammates really have been encouraging him to show, really attacking the ball on defense tonight.
Celtics leading by 18. On the floor for Boston. Bazemore in a 2-guard. Jay Crowder out there with Johnson. And it's Young, and it's Horford in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Pulls from the top of the key, and there's Prez on the assist by Horford. Bazemore's got the first basket of the third quarter for the Celtics. Well, the Wizards shooting just 39% from the field, struggling to find that net. To the middle, here's Morris. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. That one on Horford. For Washington, they have made 2 and missed 2 at the line tonight. At the line for 2. First free throw is good. And Morris drops them both. Celtics leading by 18. And here is Horford. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 7.5 points a game. It's Crowder on the wing. Back to Horford. 6 to shoot. Horford sets a screen for Young. And that one drops. Young's got his second basket of the night.
And just flawless work by Young. An absolute beast in these screen and roll sets.
Wall against Young. And Wall kicks to Beal. Puts up a three. Here's Morris. And the shot counts. He's fouled, and it's a chance for a three-point play.
You know what? You can see there's momentum right now. A nice hustle play there on the glass and the finish.
The Wizards shooting their 7th attempt at the foul line in this one. Austin's gone to the three-pointer 11 times tonight, nailed 5 of them. Johnson with a screen on Gortat. Horford the pass to Johnson. Kicks it to Bazemore. Basket is good. The assist from Johnson. Bazemore's got 5 points in the quarter.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agility.
Knocked loose and stolen by Bazemore. He has a chance now to catch up with the 4th member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, guys, it's always a transition and a difficult one for college coaches to come to the pros, but Celtics coach Brad Stevens made one of the smoothest we've seen after leading Butler to back-to-back national championship games. You hear that buzz from players to opposing coaches. Greg Popovich said, "I really respect what he does. His team executes. I'll still watch his Butler tape. Trying to learn some stuff, to be honest with you." I praise indeed, fellas.
And Popovich, really the godfather of the active coaches right now, DA. His voice carries certainly a lot of weight in this league. Thank you. And Morris comes over to help. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Young. An explosive finish there from Young.
And he might not do it too often, but Young can get some good lift if he has a path to the rim.
The Wizards have gone 2 of 3 from the field to start the second half. Gortat dishes to Porter. And stolen by Bazemore. And here we go. Perez finishing off the play with the dunk. He won't miss many of those.
And you can just see him psyching himself up after a play like that. Nice slam by Perez.
And now Horford pushing it up. No one back to stop him. Offensive rebound. And the dunk by Horford.
Oh, you can't forget about Horford. I mean, carving out space inside for the putback.
Timeout. Starting. And that's a...
Yo, it's red like a diggy. Like a diggy. Diggy. Dang.